So first of all, welcome everyone to yet another PTC Talks, where we are excited today by having Ankush from ideaForge, who will have a session about how ideaForge is overcoming top 3 challenges of product design using PTC solutions. And my name is Torbjörn Peterson, and I'm the Alliance Manager for PTC in the Nordics, and we are running all these webinars on Fridays every week, same time, but we also invite customers and partners for some inspiration on digital transformation to see what is possible and how to make things happen. And all the past webinars have also been recorded and also be found on the registration site. The agenda for today is first a quick overview of PTC by my colleague Carl from the customer success team, and then Ankush will run and show how to introduce himself and touch base on a few challenges, how to address these, and then explain some of the business outcomes. And at the end, we are also having a Q&A session, so please keep your questions to the end, or you may also put them in the chat and we will pick them up later on. So now over to you, Carl.
Thank you, Tove. So PTC is an international software company with headquarters based in Boston. We're developing software mainly for manufacturing companies since 1985. We offer tools for the digital transformation, such as CAD for design, PLM for managing data, IoT to connect products or manufacturing operations, and augmented reality to visualize and interact with the digital thread. To you, Ankush.
Okay, thank you, Carl. So today, hello, good afternoon, everybody, good morning. I will be presenting how to optimize the product design with ease and prioritize our data and keep it secured. I am a project manager at ideaForge. Previous to this, I was working with Bosch. I was working on steering column design development. I was also lean navigator, project manager, program manager, and scrum master. Plenty of roles I played. Previous to that, I was working with Safran Aerospace India. From Safran, I was deputed to Airbus industry, where I had an opportunity to work on Airbus A350, electrical harness installation, and also a 350 engine pylon design dossier release management. During my time with Airbus, I learned to start to use PTC products for configuration management, change management, managing CAD data in PLM. We used Winchell there as well. And now, when I am a PLM project manager at ideaForge, I have a task to implement newly a PLM over here, which is a tough and a challenging task. Hello. Now, a little bit about ideaForge. ideaForge is a drone manufacturing company and it's an OEM. It was founded back in 2007 and with the team of dynamic IIT, Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay graduates. And it is backed up by leading organizations like Infosys, Qualcomm, Celesta, Florentine. And it has been adopted by many different customers, as you see over here, which are Indian forces and also top enterprise. It has got the largest order of mini UAV contract in the world. It was to Indian Army, and after we had that order increased, and now we got another order from Indian Army, which is also the biggest order in the world for the mini UAVs. Yeah. Our drones are utilized for defense, homeland security, mapping, and enterprise operations, and we also helped around 660K villages for land records. We have strategic partnership with Infosys, Larsen & Toubro, and Fractal for AI and ML. We have over 28 intellectual property and drone industry insight has ranked ideaForge as a 7th global in 2022 for the dual use civil and defense drone manufacturer. As you can see the timeline, we started the breadth of an idea 2004, then there was validation, and after there were Mumbai attack in 26 by 11, and that is where we thought that we should start surveillance and help to the public. We launched our first drone in 2009, and then we had a good tech build in 2010 to 2020, and now we have very good products, as you can see on the screen. These are our products. It's ranging from 2 kilo to 7 kilo, and with the field of view 54-degree wide FOV to narrow FOV 2 degrees. The range of 2 to 15 kilometer and flight time 25 to 120 minutes. And these are the range of our products. We start with Rhino, Ninja, Q4i, Q6, Meta V4, and the wonderful Switch. And every 5 minutes, a drone takes off in India, which is made in ideaForge, and we have completed over 3 lakhs flights successfully. So a couple of applications you can see of the drone: day surveillance, night surveillance. We have high altitude monitoring, and we have target tracking. Then surveying and mapping application, urban planning, house building, then mining, the 3D model of the mining, so that the mining industry list can take a call on which area to do the mining and which area there is more concentration required, and volumetric estimation, railway track mapping. These are a couple of applications. Then agriculture precisioning, mapping of the agricultural land, up-to-date land records, drainage system for irrigation planning, and mapping for the multispectral mapping for precision agriculture. Plenty of awards that our company has received, including the one from Shri Mr. Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of India, Honorable Rashtra Mantri, Shri Rajnath Singh. He has launched one of our product, and then Defense Minister Rajnath Singh has acknowledged our product in Aero India 2019, and then Dr. Jan Rawat has interacted with our CEO during Aero India 2019. It is the most awarded organization when it comes to drone industry in India. Hello. Now, having said that, many different products being very successful, how did the ideaForge make all these things possible? Like any other organization, our organization also have some principles under which we work. We want to be a market leader. In order to be a market leader, the organization wants us to do a faster design cycle. And how we can start to reduce the design cycle? That's the question. We can eliminate some of this. Like you see on the left side, we have requirement gathering, designing, procurement, prototyping, validation, testing, review, and then release. So this is a normal design cycle, and it takes more than 2 weeks for us to complete the one design cycle, and then 2 more weeks and 2 more weeks. So management cannot wait for 1.5 months, because by the time there are other competitors who bring in the drone, and it is tough for us to win the contract or win the challenge. Now, in order to have faster design cycle, how did we achieve it? Yes, to have the right resource and proper training in place. Because without the proper resources, it is not possible to complete any activity. So PTC products help us to do the designing in a faster way and collaborate in a faster way. But once we have a new software in front of us, the biggest hurdle is the training. How can we do the training? And it can be done once or twice, but PTC associates and PTC partners can help us to do the training. Whenever we require the training, it is a normal training to get the user interface. It is also to deep dive into the kind of products or kind of modules we want the training. But there is also continuous learning. Whenever we require a deeper training, PTC associates and their partners, they help us to resolve our training needs. Yeah. So that's how we are able to reduce the design cycle by knowing the right tool and right techniques. The second challenge what we faced was a collaboration. Without a CAD and PLM tool, it is difficult to collaborate, and it is difficult to inform the changes, not even between departments, but also between the teams. And that is where the product lifecycle management software comes into picture. Whenever I have, so in one team, there is a change in the design. For example, we design the battery, and then there is another team for packaging for the battery. And if I change the length of the battery, and how did I communicate with the packaging team that there is a change in the length or the change in the shape? How do we quickly adapt without having multiple discussions, meetings, sharing of the CAD files via some means like in a shared drive? Or it is always the difficult to track those changes. There is no single source of truth. Like, was this the latest, or what that was the one you sent me yesterday, or was it your colleague who sent me? It's always the confusion. With PLM in place, we have single source of truth, and we get the constant updates between the two teams. There's no requirement for a separate meeting to collaborate, or sending information via email or shared drive. Whatever models have been modified, they are saved in PLM. We modify in Creo and save in PLM. It goes to the server, and immediately the changes are visible to the immediate next team in the digital mockup. So that's how we are able to collaborate. There are ways that it indicates that there is some change in the neighboring components, and that is where it helps us to to collaborate and to also have faster design cycle. Yeah. Now, in between different teams, how the PLM helped us. So once I complete one drone design and development, and I'm good to go and release it to production, at the same time, there are some activities required by another team as well. Let's say, for example, we want the marketing team to start the building the marketing collaterals, flyers, videos to start the shooting, and then they want to upload all the information in the social media, plan for the events. But how did the marketing team will come to know that what is the right time to start their activities? So in PLM, we have, soon as there is a particular product development lifecycle where we complete our one stage of the product development, the marketing team is being informed, and then the marketing team starts their activities. They are ahead. They have aligned their activities according to our product completion, product release, and then they started. This is where we save the time. Yeah, so there is a greater collaboration when we use both CAD and PLM tool together and do the organization-wide training. Now, the third and the most important challenge that we faced was the data security. Being a market leader, everybody's eye is on what is ideaForge doing further. And we are fear that there is a lot of stealing of the data possible if we keep it on cloud. It was a tough call for me to get it convinced with my superiors that the cloud is the right place we should keep, because anything might happen. Any natural calamity might happen, and we might lose the data if we keep it in our hard drives or if we keep it in the server room here itself. Why not to keep it on cloud? But then the question was about the data security. If the data is stolen, how will we deal that situation? So the intellectual the multi-layer security and the multi-layer architecture of PLM gave us those confidence. There is a high level of data encryption when the data is being sent and brought back from the local machine to the server, and that data encryption makes the data stealing useless. If somebody steals your data, which is encrypted, he just see a dead file, and he is not able to open or make any sense out of that. So that gave us a good confidence that yes, cloud is the right place. We can keep our data. It is safe, and PLM servers, they are designed in such a way that we can scale up as the organization is growing. This was also one of the need that they asked me, Ankush, today you are saying that our server will be like this, of this much capacity. What if we scale up, we bring in a couple of more products into our portfolio? How will we go about addressing the increase? I said the multi-level architecture is able to scale up as higher as we grow. So there is a plenty of opportunity for us to stay, to grow, and it is a very safe environment. Yeah. So another question was, how do we go about monitoring and controlling our data, how it is being stored in PLM? Then we thought of starting a system and business administration. We got PTC Learn subscription, which help us to start learning how the system administration is done, how the business administration is done, and now we have a full-time PLM administrator in-house who takes care of our data and its access and visibility to different teams, because being a defense organization, it is very important for us to keep our data secure, not even inside the company, not even for firewalling it outside the company, but also firewalling inside different teams, because there are some projects which requires top level of security. And that gives our customers also confidence that yes, their data is secure and they can rely us on design and development of our products. Yeah. So to summarize, yeah, we a greater benefit working with PTC, and as I said, ideaForge is a growing organization. Now is the right time when we are scaling up. We are bringing in new products. We are inviting new people to join our company, and this is the right time to introduce PLM, and so that we get the right resources in place who are trained in product lifecycle management, and as the company is growing and bringing in new product, it is better to be organized, better to be safe and secure. Yeah. So next is the PTC product help us to reduce the design cycle, because there is no much confusion in between teams about the changes in the design. It is very smoother and very faster to do the design, and collaboration between the team members, in between teams and across the department. We are able to save a lot of time and collaborate seamlessly. And lastly, we are assured that our data and everything is secure. So that brings me to the next topic, which is the question and answers. Carl, over to you. And we are open to.
Yeah, fantastic overview, fantastic session, and it was a lot of good insights here. Definitely a good and interesting showcase. So,
exactly, yeah.
Then, I mean, let's open up for any questions you might have in the audience. So just raise your hand and see if you have any questions here. Let me see. I will just up here. There we are. I think we have one here. And could you share any kind of return of investment numbers by using Windshield and Creo in terms of reduced cost, increased efficiency, maybe time to market or anything like that?
Right. So there were quite a few opportunities with our customers, and I remember taking some hard calls a year back before implementing Creo and PLM. It was difficult. It was because there are opportunities coming up, and we have to quickly do the prototyping and testing, and the designing somewhere. We are lost in the design. we want to do very quick things, and some of the things are skipped, and that led us to not achieve the outcome of our design investments. And so out of two opportunities, we had to choose one opportunity which we were able to crack. But now, with PLM in place, that we are able to address many different opportunities in parallel, and because now we can rely on the design, we can rely on, because there are proper data being maintained, and there is a lot of time being saved. So that I call as a return of investment, if we are able to address at least a little bit more opportunities than what we were able to do before. Yeah, of course, PLM is a huge investment, and the return of investment, you will not realize it little sooner, but later you will realize that I have kept all my organization data safe and secure, and then the record is being maintained. And whenever I want to retrieve that data, it's just a couple of clicks away. But if the team is working hard, they are making lots of design, and you do not save the data in PLM, you just save it in some hard disk, and after a couple of years, it is lost, and then the computer is transferred to another person, and the next person, and then sometime after 4 or 5 years, the computer you have to retire, and then the data is mistakenly lost. There are multiple copies of different data, and it is difficult to find out the right source of truth. I made that product 5 years back. I did the complete designing. There was a lot of different prototypes, a lot of different ideas came into my researchers and engineers' mind. But where is it now? I don't see them. But this is where the real return of investment will come to you. You save all the information in one place, a single source of truth, and then you have your the greatest asset is your design knowledge, from the research and development, that you save it in PLM Venture.
Right. Thanks. What's your recommendation actually? On how to get started with any kind of PLM and the Creo product. Who should get engaged in the organization? What kind of positions you should be there? To really make sure that you're driving it going forward.
First and foremost, you should hire a PLM project manager, because the one person who is dedicatedly starting to start the planning of how it has to be implemented, who all will be the stakeholder, because PLM is the tool which has to be implemented across the organization. So we picked up a core team, and we had the head of department who were the initial ones to start the product lifecycle management, requirement gathering, and start the training of them. These helped us as a stepping stone to get the PLM implemented. And the stakeholders, it comes from the top management till all the designers and all the even the downstream departments like process, quality, production, after sales, all should be marketing. Everybody should be trained to tell them that this is how our product lifecycle system is going to work. This is how our products will be placed here, and how they will be released, how the change management will take place, so that everybody are aware of how the changes are happening and how they will be reflected. So involving all the stakeholders, right from top management to all the downstream departments, is important. And this is how we started implementation of PLM. Now we are in a stage where we have completed the engineering side of PLM implementation. The next is the SAP side of implementation, the procurement and the procurement planning, and ordering of our components. So it happens through SAP. When I release in Windchill, and now we are connecting also through SAP. So this is our next milestone that we are targeting to complete in a couple of weeks from now.
Thanks a lot. Good answer. So we had another question also from Ugo. Do you have any military drones operating in Ukraine today? I mean, since we know that they are used quite a lot.
Yeah, I would not disclose the customers, but definitely the drones are today's need for the situations where a lot of surveillance is required. A lot of defense tactics are done by defense drones. They are able to gather a lot of information about what's happening on the other side, so that proper planning can be done. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
also, I had another question here. What kind of external support did you have to do the implementation work, integration and deployment and stuff?
Right. So we had an implementation team who helped us to start implementation. There was a lot of help from PTC side and PTC partners who helped us. There is a Unisim solution here in India who helped us to start planning for what kind of hardwares will be required, what kind of cloud will be required. They have given us plenty of options by analyzing what kind of data we are having, how it is a huge amount of data, and going further 5 to 10 years from now, how will be our data. Accordingly, they have given us various options how we can do the setup of our PLM, and this was one support. And the second thing was once it is implemented, the second hurdle in front of us is the training to get everybody accustomed to the PLM, because we are starting from no PLM to PLM. And here it is more difficult. When you're switching between one PLM to another, it's easy because people know what is PLM, how it works, and it is easy. You just want to know what are the options in the new software. But here we are starting from zero PLM to a new PLM. It was difficult. The training was done in length and breadth, and PTC trainers help us to overcome this challenge. Secondly, we have the Learn subscription, which help us to train ourselves individually and at our leisure time, as they are planned trainings and we can take our time. There are virtual computers which help us to start practicing the exercises during the training. That is very helpful, and I really appreciate PTC about this kind of training support. And lastly, for the Creo, we have our Creo. When we buy, let's say, for example, we buy 10 softwares of Creo, and then there are 10 more softwares that PTC provide us to as a home license, so that our associates can take this license at home, install in their home computers, and train it during the off timing during the weekends. And when they come back and for work, they have this work license, which is very easy for them to adapt.
Thanks a lot. I also had one question regarding, what do you see as the biggest, advantages of, using, Creo and Windchill all together?
Yeah, the biggest advantage is the time. It helps us to save the time, which otherwise would have been very lengthier. Today, when I want to find out the design data of my older products before PLM, it takes plenty of time. Oh my God, where it is? Where are these files? Where are that files? Okay, whenever I combine them, they are not able to open together, or they are not able to fix. Okay, this is not the latest model. That is not the latest model. it's very difficult to get the right data when I want, even if I want to calculate what was the cost of the product at the time, and now when I want to calculate the cost, it is difficult because I don't have the right data in place, and the things are not organized. With PLM, it's easy. I just go to the proper bill of material, and I go to SAP, and I get the entire information in a few clicks, in a very few minutes. That's the biggest advantage, the saving of the time because of the proper data saving and organizing.
Fantastic, thanks. And folks, time is unfortunately running out, so many thanks everyone for joining, and of course a special thanks to you, Ankush. And the next week's PTC Talks is actually postponed because we have this big customer and partner event, LiveWorks, in Boston next week. So the next PTC Talks will be on the 26th of May with an interesting session about Codebeamer and a customer reference case in the automotive industry. So stay tuned for that. And I wish you all a fantastic weekend. And again, thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.